Thank you for that weather check. Well, let's talk about some gardening questions that people ask me, shall we?
Let's do it. This
Okay.
is one of my favorite segments, so let's run into it.
I like this too. So one of my friends asked me this past weekend about amaryllis bulbs. You know, these are the bulbs that are sold in a lot of places that grow into these gorgeous flowers. They can be white, they can be red, and I think we might have pictures of some to show you. If we pop those up, there they are. So the one on the right is a picture from the University of Minnesota Extension.
Okay.
And if you were to go there and type in growing, amaryllis, they will give you everything you ever needed to know.
And that's a great resource. If Viv isn't able to get back to you right now and you have a question, that's a good place to go.
Oh, totally, because that's where I'll go if I need an answer. And the white one was what my sister-in-law gave me, that beautiful white amaryllis. They come in a variety of colors. But people have asked, how do you care for these things? And I learned that one bulb could live for 75 years.
What?
Yes, I
That's
had no
crazy.
idea. Because people think, oh, they're done, so we're going to throw them out because you got them as Christmas gifts.
Oh.
But keep them. And so what you do to do that is they flower, and they're these tall flowers with the beautiful trumpet-like petals and stuff. And once those petals fade, you want to take the flower off, because a faded flower signals to the plant, I have to go to seed. But that will mean the plant will put energy into the seed as opposed to into the bulb for the next flowering. So cut the flower off, but leave the stem until it turns brown and wilts. Because as long as it's green, it's encouraging photosynthesis and putting energy into that bulb to make it better for next year. And so once it turns brown, you can cut it off. And the bulbs like to be in small containers. So get a container that's like 1 inch wider than the bulb. And if you're buying a bulb, buy the biggest one you can, because that will determine the size of your flower if you want a big one. And once it's done, these are, you know how like daffodils and bulbs, tulips, they have to be dormant for a while. These do not. You can make them dormant, which does preserve energy, but they don't have to be. So after they flower, if you're in a warm environment, which we're not, you could put them outside or put them in the window and have them keep going. But I do put mine in the dark for a little bit, just so they have a chance to rest. And I learned, I'm looking at my notes.
That was so much, thank you for that. That
Yes,
was great.
You're welcome. And so amaryllis, they're originally from Africa, although the ones that we get usually are now from Central and South America, because they kind of made a hybrid, so it'd be easier for us to grow. And the word amaryllis is from the Greek word amarisso, which means to sparkle.
I love that.
Right?
That's
Isn't
so
that
cute.
great? I think it's good.
That would make a great name.
Yes.
Or a pet name.
Even for a kitty.
A kitty.
Kitties tend to sparkle.
They do.
Puppies sparkle too. Dogs sparkle. Everything sparkles.
Everything
this time of
sparkles.
year. Yeah.
Okay, you also have this bucket of tools here.
Oh, I forgot. Yes.
What is this?
Yes, this is because my friend also asked about cleaning tools.
Okay.
So these are all these little, yummy garden tools, and some are rusty. And yes, it's important to clean them because soil, if there's like chunks of soil, make sure you get that off, because diseases like tomato diseases, blight, and things like that, the spores can stay in the soil. And if they're in there, even over winter, you can spread it to your new plants.
That is so interesting. We were kind of talking a little bit before, but I thought tools were like cast irons, where it's like a little bit of flavoring left over. It's like, it's got to be good, but no, it could be bad.
It can be bad. These smell. We got them out of the garage, and my husband
I kind of like the garage. Wait, a bobcat?
Yeah, no, not a cat. But the bobcat, like that you can plow with and move stones.
Gotcha. So how do you clean these?
So,
because if you put just water on it, it might get rusty, right?
Yeah. Well, there are a variety of ways you could do it, but what I do is I take 1 part bleach and 9 parts, so out of 10, a tiny little bit of bleach in water.
Got it.
And then I just dunk them in, and that's done.
Yeah.
But be careful not to get the bleach on you. There are other things that you can use, and to do that, and scrub them off, wear gloves. And if you need to get them sharpened, you can take them to a hardware store. Because it's just like a kitchen knife. If your stuff isn't sharp, you can hurt yourself more because you're trying to cut and it slips off because it's not going through. So if you need to get your shears sharpened or something like that, you can do that. And it's great to keep them out of the elements if you can, because like this thing is totally rusty and it's been chewed on by
Oh,
something, but it
delicious.
still works, right? And rust isn't going to hurt anything. It's more the pathogens that are in the soil that you can transfer.
Okay. Well, thanks so
That's
much,
it.
Viv. This is so educational, and we do this every Monday. So make sure to email Viv, vwilliams@kttc.com, for all your gardening questions.
Welcome back to Midwest Access. So we are chatting with Viv Williams here, our master gardener, talking about switching those Thanksgiving, your outside porch pots to Christmas.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay.
As I say in this story that I'm going to show you with this little video, our family, we really like to try to wait until that Thanksgiving meal and then change them afterwards. So I kind of prepare a little ahead of time so
Yes.
it's easy to do.
Okay.
And I just show you my process. And I have to say, this was taken after having been in the garden for a long time. So my hair's a little crazy and I have dirt on me. But anyway.
We love that. I love that. I love that you show us your real, this is me. I'm out in my garden, and sometimes we get a little dirty, and that's cool.
Oh, yes, we do. Okay, let's check out this video.
Welcome to the Groovy Garden. The end of November can be really dark, so thank goodness for the holidays, right? The twinkle lights and decorations can make everything so happy and bright. I try to withstand the urge to whip out the Christmas decorations until after the Thanksgiving meal, the day after usually. Our family tradition is to wait until Santa Claus walks into Macy's at the very end of the Macy's Thanksgiving Day parade. But I do like to get a bit of a head start, especially if the weather's cold, because the outdoor pots, once the soil freezes, it's really hard to get anything in them. So I prepare them with some basics that can be for both Thanksgiving and the holidays in winter. And once that Thanksgiving meal is done, I whip out the pumpkins and other fall decorations and put in Christmas. These are the pots that I'm using. They're wrought iron. I got them from my hubby's sister. Her name is Annie. So thanks, Annie, for these. I love them. They're great and they're super heavy. I've left them full of soil from last year's flowers. When it comes to container gardening in general, and winter pots or containers too, there's a saying that you should use a thriller, a spiller, and a filler. You don't have to follow that theme, but it's definitely helpful. So my thriller for these pots is a tree topper. This is fir. I'll pop it in here and it is dramatic. That's what the thriller's for, a little bit of drama. I'll fill around it with these birch branches. These extra green boughs can then be the spiller and kind of drape over the sides. To fill even more, I'm going to add some of these pumpkins that I grew, some berries that can work for both Thanksgiving and afterwards, and these other fall-themed decorations. Plus, I'll add a few twinkle lights. I cannot get enough of those. So here you have it, an outside pot that's perfect for Thanksgiving and ready to be transformed right after the Thanksgiving meal into a winter pot for the holidays. And here again is Jeb. Thanks again for hanging out with me in the Groovy Garden. I hope you all have a wonderful Thanksgiving.